Greetings. In the name of Yahweh, in the name and authority of Yahshua Messiah, and direction of the Holy Spirit. Back again, once again, with your favorite shaman, Marcos. Now, this particular video is going to be aimed at objective and subjective thoughts. And what is the difference? Your subjective thoughts, okay? Now, this, what I'm going to say, it correlates back to uh, a message that I had in a previous video about how I told a young lady of how she needed to actually do a love spell on herself to liberate herself from self-demeaning, excuse me, self-demeaning or demeanoring behavior against her own self, committing acts uh, of wrongdoing and atrocities, psychological atrocities against herself by believing that she's not enough. Nobody cares. You see what I'm saying? When I asked her to do that, I was trying to show her is that what you're chasing is the universe playing trickster. You're looking at the things around you and saying, I need those things to validate me. I want them. I want him. I want that. I need this. I want her. She looks good. We're all one energy. But the reason why you cannot figuratively in your mind align yourself as to how we're all is because the demiurge, okay, your programming, the matrix, has allowed you to develop a certain type of holographic illusion over your own consciousness. As long as you feel like you're going to practice relativity, which is what, for instance, the Catholic Church has always used, and they actually teach the science behind it. See, some stumbling. Relativity is not only scientific, it's social. Relativism means that whatever you believe your truth is, then so it must be, even without any proof. So if you believe that you're green, the theology of that, the psychology of relativism is that it is to you as you believe. Now, let's move on. That's without it actually being tested. That becomes in itself a mental fallacy, okay? Because there is a lot of liberty in thoughts and there is a lot of slavery in thoughts. Okay, for instance, your thoughts are subjective. They are like, for instance, the phone that you're holding inside of your hand to watch me on this video on TikTok. You're holding a phone or you're on a laptop, one, and you see me. You can touch that, so that means that it's not a photon anymore. It's then become what they call energetically a solid. So you can touch that. So you can say, this is real, but you can't touch your thoughts. Why? Because your heart, okay? Or should say your heart chakra. Your heart is what basically implants the thought seeds into your solar plexus and your sacral chakra to manifest your reality. So if you believe and you tell yourself you're dumb, you're never going to get anywhere, it's hard, then you are eating your reality into yourself. And when you eat that reality in yourself, you have to eat its fruit. Okay? because that thought was like, for those of us who are over 40s, you remember back in the day when you used to be able to sit in the classroom and there was a film projector with this long tape, and one was empty and one almost kind of like a movie theater concept. And as it played, it had what they call a beam of light, a trajectory onto a wall or a canvas that actually showed you pictures that were running so fast so as to make the picture look animated. Now let's back up. Where is Marcos going with this? Your thoughts are like that film projector. The only difference is we're going to bring them into sci-fi. They're like thoughts that you can objectively, all right, select from. Subjectively, subjectively, meaning that they're there for your view. So I'm saying you can look at it and say, okay, this thought here, all right, this thought here. So you can just sit back and watch, all right? If an image comes up with something that you like, you express an emotional impression that says, oh, I like that. Okay, I want that one. All right, I'm going to bring this into myself and I'm going to manifest it. All right, the same way you may see something that if you haven't had enough, what they call, uh, uh, if you haven't had enough psychological counseling or cognitive therapy classes to teach you how to reframe your train of thought, that can trigger something in you that happened to you in the past. And when it triggers you, it becomes the emotion, your emotional nature grounds with this thought that you don't want. So instead of you looking at the thought and be like, you know what? I don't like that thought. Let me take that in. I'm going to recycle that thought. Because you won't recycle your thoughts or let them, what they call, just pass by, you give a reaction to them. When you give a reaction to your thought, now it's then went from being subjective to objective. Objective meaning it's like the phone that you're holding to watch the video. It's something that you can actually hold. So what happens is that your own mind, in the way that it has been wired, all right, through your social environment, instead of it being a tool, all right, becomes a crutch and even a vice to who we are. Okay? People in this world, in this day and time, are using energy and knowledge of energy that goes all the way back to Egypt. Okay? It goes all the way back. It goes all the way back. So these are the things that they know about the power of the mind. So why haven't you ever did magic on yourself to help you overcome your fears if you are involved in that? If not, why have you never seen a hypnotherapist or a psychologist to help you pinpoint these things? Because they were so deeply ingrained that some of y'all have to actually go to therapy, which is not a problem because you're seeking help. Those in the religious community can't, what they call, give you the psychological therapy that you need, but we can aid with certain things that we can empower you to be able to use on your own to come out of your own rut. Because sometimes the problems can be traced back to your own past trauma, your own trauma, not anyone else's. And that itself requires therapy. All right? This is no judgment to nobody because we all have been through some of the most horrific things in some category or not, whether it's been from mama growing up, whether it's been from daddy, whether it's been from family, or it's just been from growing up. Your thoughts control your reality, so choose wisely. Stop selecting things and giving emotional reactions to them that will manifest.